2 points, James Crawford. Two points, Peter Hansen. Rebound, Walker. Reject there from Vicky Grace. Foul for Peter Hansen. Goes to the line, shooting 2. Makes 1. Makes 2, all tied up, 4 each. Tiny Pinder. Reject from Hansen. Foul good on Tiny Pinder. Gold Coast ball. Rebound, Larry. Two points, Peter Hansen. Ricky Grace, 2 points. Timeout call. Gold Coast Rollers. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to look at your main program. on page 20. If you have a Larry Senstock personal signature, you are the lucky winner. The London Shoulders Recovery Competition, finish in the fourth. Don't make your way down here to us and collect your prize. That's Larry Senstock's signature on page 20. Goes ball. Coach goes to the line, shooting 2. 2 points, James Gordon. That's ball. Ricky Grace, 2 points. Foul good on Mike Mitchell. Places up, Ellis up. Ronnie takes the break and Andrew Goodwin comes on. Roger Smith on. And Paul Piper on. Foul good on Andrew Goodwin. And Goodwin line shooting 2. There's one more chance. Thanks one. Foul good on Andrew Goodwin. There's the ball on the side. Foul good on Mike Mitchell. Substitution, Tony Pinder comes on. Pinder has it. 2 points. Right, we had another winner for the London tonight. So, look at your program. If you have a signature for Paul Kiner, the Paul Kiner signature on page 20, you want to come straight down here. You have Dylan 2 and Robert Recovery Lunch on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome back the fabulous Hughes Roulette.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Done.
Like this. Step left, around, and together with the right. Step left, around, and together with the right.
And the scores are Gold Coast Rollers 20, Wildcats 22. 2-point game only.
Well, Coach Claxton has told the boys, he said they're doing a great job in defence, but he wants them to think, or to, at least to make Perth think about those 3-pointers. Offensively, he says take the shot and execute. He says they're doing a great job on the boards, although they've got to make sure they pick the right shot.
James Crawford, 2 points. Come on. 2 points, Mike Mitchell. Two points, Tommy Pinder. Crawler's sister. James Crawford comes back up, and with Barhoff sits the number one. Peter Hansen goes to the line, shooting two. Got another try. Sense I'll take the break before Kaiba comes on. Foul ball on Paul Kaiba. 10 forward goes to the line. Shooting 2. Next one. Next turn. Two points, two hands. Backball violation, doubles back. Gold Coast Howler's ball. James Crawford, 2 points. Peter Hansen goes to the line, shooting 2. goes to the line, shooting for the extra point. That's it. All-point game.
Danger we were talking about, once those double teams are on, you're going to have a situation for one defensive player marking two offensive players. A long court pass can often break that press very quickly.
Well, the Gold Coast last time I saw them love to play the fast break, and I can only recall two tonight that they've had. Neither of them were converted. So Perth are doing a magnificent job on defence on the Rollers tonight and frustrating their natural style. Eric Bailey for three. That's the perfect retort to that kind of D.
3 points. And the foul comes up with an accent, so to speak.
So timeout called, 43 points to 40. Perth leading, and every time Perth get away, the Gold Coast seem to reel them back.
As the Rollers have really got to just have a quick look at their offense. They're a little bit static at the moment. As I said, I felt Kuiper was the key, because once he's fired up inside, it means you've got to really drop off and try and cover those passes. He's so big, so strong, such a big target. But at the moment, the Rollers don't have too many options going inside, and the defence from the Wildcats are able to spread out and smother their outside shooters.
That's an interesting point, John. You're talking about the Gold Coast needed to shoot more threes. Do you know that they've shot 5 bombs in the game, and the Wildcats haven't landed one?
Come on, get those.
And they're shooting all their shots from outside that three-point range, which is keeping them in the game. The Wildcats, though, are picking the easier buckets from around the perimeter. I mean, James Crawford and Ricky Grace there are really providing plenty of opportunities for the Wildcats by burying them. You don't have to go 3 points at a time. 2 points at a time in this game is plenty, but okay, you take the bonuses. If the Coast can hit it from there, you might as well keep going with it.
Eric Bailey's a very valuable player to come in and do this sort of thing. He's got a hot hand tonight. I think Dave Claxton should keep him on and keep it going. He's had very little court time this year. I know he's very unhappy with his role at the moment, but the other players have just been playing so well. Tonight's the night for the E-Man. Crawford trying to get around Goodwin. Still gets that jumper over the top of a man who's 6'11".
Well, Crawford definitely the man with a hot hand tonight. 17 points so far in the game, and they really haven't looked like stopping him much at all. Once James Crawford gets into that mood, he is so quick. Man, he used to spend a lot of time with his sprinting skills, and he's also got so much spring in those legs. Even if you're playing defense right on him, he can just jump over the top.
45 points to 40. Still Perth into that lead. Bailey again for three. Good passing, clears the ball down court. It's Ricky Grace who brings it up. He's almost stripped by Sengstock, gets it back, keeps his composure and scores. That's why he's such a class act. 47-40. Tremendous unflappability, if there's such a word. Composure. Seems to always have plenty of time. Mitchell. Rebound to Crawford.
Well, Mitchell's leg must be hurting him a little bit. 8 points only at the moment. That's really not the sort of average that we used to Mike Mitchell doing, with just 1:47 to go in the half. And that's hurting the Rollers a little bit.
That's the trademark of Tiny Pin to the fadeaway jumper from about 17 or 18 feet out, and that hurts. 49-40.
Peters, when people like Mike Mitchell are having a bit of an off game from injury or otherwise, that your other players have got to step up and take some of the pressure off him. They can't just depend on him hitting that score every week. Every now and then they're going to have off games. And Larry Sengstock has been doing most of the picking up of the pressure. He's again found a gap in the middle, but a couple of the other players really going to have to go and concentrate on their offensive game, find a few gaps and start filling them and help out that scoring role for the Rollers.
The trap got a little too tight. And the foul has gone against Eric Bailey. Perth ball from the side. They lead by 7. So a couple of subs being made. Peter Hansen's back on. Bailey on Ellis. Hansen on Goodwin. Nice little dish from Grace inside to Crawford. Mitchell chests up on defence, but he can't stop the score. And the 50 comes up for the Wildcats. With less than a minute to go till half-time.
And 19 points for James Crawford. He's looking at a 40-point or so game if this form continues through the second half.
And really, it's just as hard a double as it is for the Doomsday double, with Eastern States teams going across to Perth, playing Sydney one night, then travelling up to the Gold Coast and playing the following night.
Well, the Bruce brothers down in Sydney certainly won't let you get off with any easy games. They like to play it tough and hard down there, and Gold Coast, of course, are a very tough act up here, so it certainly is a very tough double.
Down to the last 40 seconds now, 51 to 42. Gold Coast ball, 37 seconds to go. After it was 22-20 at quarter time. So Perth have dominated even more in the second quarter than they did in the first. And Ricky Grace so far has frustrated Andre Lafleur. Sengstock, that's a long way out for him. Good rebound by Eric Bailey, and that'll be a foul on Ellis.
Or James Crawford, I think that might be on.
You're right.
Tried to come over the top of Eric Bailey then again. He got free. You can just see behind as he goes up, and he'll get him on around about the head, I think.
Bailey's shooting 75%, as you said, Miz. He's not, or hasn't had much court time this year. He's been averaging 2 points a game. Already he has 8 points.
He's probably in a similar situation to Trevor Torrance at the Wildcats, who played such valuable time last year for Perth, and this year has been largely ignored. So we've now got 23 seconds till half-time. It's 51-44. Grace across to Ellis. Quite content to just run the clock down. They've got the same amount of time, a couple of seconds more on the shot clock, so they can take as much time as they like. 5 seconds left. Grace gets some space, and off the glass for 2. That's great play. Murray Arnold's quite happy with that. 53-44. That's a lead of 9 points. So they've increased their lead by 7 on the quarter time score. At half time, it's Perth 53, Gold Coast 44.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, try not to leave your seats, hang around for this one because you're going to all love it. We're going to amaze you with this dazzling, powerful routine of our dance trio tonight. We welcome
Jay, I've got to do some piece of camera for Perth, haven't I? Yep. Yeah, I know that. I've seen it before. Right.
We are like individuals.
Yeah, right. Who lost today? I wonder if I should mention that. All right. Okay, their first game and they've lost, I suppose. Okay.
1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Righto. Yeah, okay, well, Okay, mate. Set to go. All right, I'll garbage on about Carlton's win after Mick Malthouse. Hey, Bruce. Oh, I'm fishing, am I? Oh, sorry. Where do you want me? Whereabouts, huh?
How about looking back at the crowd here?
Okay.
So I'm facing you there. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll give you a thumbs up when they scroll through to the next one.
Righto.
Yeah, that's 10 seconds.
On set, yeah, when you're ready.
Okay, tell you how a bit of atmosphere before you go into the quarter by quarter.
Righto.
Okay? Here we go.
So the Perth Wildcats untroubled in this game. They've led right from the start. And really the fans here have had very little to cheer about so far from a Gold Coast point of view. At quarter time, it was the Perth Wildcats by 22 points to 20 in a very defensive first 12 minutes of basketball. And at halftime, it's 53 points to 44, a 9-point split for the Perth Wildcats. So things looking good for Murray Arnold on this Eastern States Road double weekend. Well, let's now look at Ernie Dingo's cat rap. And this week, he's talking to Mick Malthouse, the coach of the Eagles.
Ernie's cat rap is brought to you by Chicken Treat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Coach's Eagles. I think that's Ernie Dingo. Take him over out.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Good, good. You played with the game?
Oh, yeah, mate, I play football. Yeah, I love the game.
Ooh, strange shape of footy.
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. What's the thing? You got a basketball story to tell us?
Well, mate, always fancied myself as basketball. Played in a competition in Melbourne at F grade, second division. Yeah, it's very, very similar. And we played at the Cattle Yards at Dandenong. And my brother-in-law and myself, we fancied ourselves. We thought we were two good players. The unfortunately was the coach didn't think so he sat us on the bench most of the time. But this particular game, he sat us on the bench. And it was midway through the last half when we decided that enough was enough. They were going to bring us on to see if we can resurrect the game and see if we can capture the 4 points. And by that stage, I'd forgotten whether we were playing football or basketball. And as it turned out, when I ran on, I elected to tackle the bloke instead of hit the ball. And my stay on the court was exactly 10 seconds. And of course, the total two bob we did in, mate, done it goal.
Right, so what, in basketball, were you like running down the wings or straight in the gut?
Well, I've always believed in football, you go down the corridor, and unfortunately, I was a bit stuck to the same old thing in basketball. There was no wings to play, so just go straight up the middle, and whoever's in front of you, bad luck. So
the trouble is you can't kick a 6-pointer in this game. You only get 2 pointers.
Well, I didn't realise that until very late in my career.
I think the Simmons waiting for the pressure on.
I'll see you then. See you later, mate. Yep.
Yeah, just.
Ernie's cat rap was brought to you by Chicken Treat.
Well, I wonder if Mick Malthouse will be that happy tonight after the West Coast Eagles have suffered their first defeat of the season, need I tell you, at the hands of the Carlton Blues. And need I tell you, I'm a Blues fan, but who knows, the Bears might win one now. Well, now let's look at the NBL news of the week. Once again, here's Dave Christensen.
This week's NBL news is brought to you by the Sunday Times.
There's more to this Gold Coast roller side than meets the eye. Giant centre Paul Kuiper can look pretty fearsome on the court at times, but with a little extra effort backstage, he also makes a pretty fearsome-looking giant in the pantomime production Jack and the Beanstalk. Also able to ham it up on cue, Andre Lafleur, seen here interviewing teammate Mike Mitchell. Ronnie the Rat Ratliff is the camera operator.
Well, you know, we've been working with speech lessons with Mike now, and I think he'll have a little bit to say. So, Mike, what do you think about your chances of maybe playing in the NBL alongside Major Johnson? Well, like I said, he doesn't talk much, but we hear that, you know, right now you might be on your way back to play with the Portland Trailblazers alongside the Clyde Drexler. What do you think about that? Well, you know,
will review to decide whether they should give up their day jobs. There's a personal milestone this week for Hobart's Shane Froling. 24-year-old former East Side forward makes his 100th appearance in his 5th NBL season. And a milestone this week also for the Saints' Andrew Parkinson. The former Geelong bench warmer has made a name for himself as a starting son in Melbourne. And this week he's earned a berth in the South team for next month's NBL All-Stars game. It's quite a transition in less than 12 months.
This week's NBL News was brought to you by the Sunday Times.
These are all wonderful prizes donated by Paradise Centre in the heart of the Wildcats. I'd like to remind you, of course, that we have a limited assortment of Rollers merchandise on sale over there. So put your beer there. So when I go over to the merchandising stand, which is over on the northern end of the stadium, you pick yourself up a great Rollers t-shirt. They're electrifying. Right, if you own these motor vehicles, registration number DUG 237, Holden Calais 221 AKJ, Mitsubishi 759 AZ9, and PPA 146. These cars must be moved immediately. Thank you. Well, we've got a couple more cars to be moved. An Escort 300-3824-517 BAK, a Skyline 446AUW, Colt 759-8ZN, a Celica 340 ALK, Commodore 938 PNT. You'll have more than PNT whatever this really. The Subaru 146 AVT. All those cars must be moved straight away. Thank you.
43-44 at halftime, and the top scorers in the game, well, at the moment, James Crawford way out in top, 19 points. Lafleur 14, Grace 13, Pinder 10, Bailey and Hansen on 9, Mitchell and Singstock 8, Goodwin on 5, and Blahoff on 2. And John, what do the Gold Coast have to do to win?
Well, just going through those keys to victory, which they probably haven't adhered to all that much. Pressure Ricky Grace, and he's certainly been able to go and run the show with 13 points. They've got to do that. They're not exactly winning the boards comprehensively. In fact, down 19-13 on the boards for the Wildcats. Have Kuiper firing well with no points. He hasn't done that, and run the fast break. They really haven't got that going either.
Kim, what's the word from the Rollers bench?
Well, I was in listening into Coach Claxton then, and he said aside from some breakdowns, he's reasonably happy with the defensive job that the Rollers are doing on Perth. Although this half, he'd like them to keep Grace out of the middle. And as far as Crawford goes, he wants them to deny him the ball. As soon as he gets it, he's the money man. He's hot tonight, and they just want him to keep out of there. Offensively, shoot confidently and pick the right shot.
So away we go for the start of the third quarter. And immediately, no, there wasn't a turnover. I thought for a moment there was. My vision was obscured.
Ricky Grace almost being able to pull that off, but the defence from the Wildcats just been so smooth through that first half. They're right on key to keep their 97.6 points per game average. The Gold Coast at the moment only 44 points.
Andrew Goodwin trying to bank one off the glass. Unsuccessful. Grace with the skates on. Baseline to Hansen. Little hook. What a beautiful shot.
Also, Peter, during the halftime break, Mitchell had some ice put on his leg too by the physio. He didn't look to be in an awful lot of pain. I think it might have just been preventative.
Yeah, he hasn't been jumping like he normally does. Twice I remember calling, oh, here we go, we're going to see a slam, and he didn't. He went for a layup and missed them. And I think he's probably only about 60-70% tonight.
Yeah, it certainly looks very tentative on it when you're looking at the fact that he's only hit 8 points. A lot of that credit's got to go against to the defence, of course, from the Wildcats, but I don't think Mike Mitchell is probably as confident on that knee as what he would normally be.
It's also very heavily strapped too underneath all of that blue stuff, so it's probably very restrictive on him as well.
He's actually limping. I was watching his transition then, and he is. So, they have to go with what they've got. 11 points the split. Lafleur, he needs to start banging them in from out there. Great rebounding by Perth. Pinder in there. Hansen, the long outlet, rejected by Larry Singstock, straight into the face of Mike Ellis, unintentionally.
You've seen stars out there.
So no harm done.
This Perth fast break, once it does get into top gear, moves very, very quickly. And Hansen, one of the bigger players on the court, was one of the men getting down quickest on that wing and finished it off then.
He shot well from the stripe, hasn't missed one yet. 6 of 6, and Pete Hansen has 13 points. Gee, they're a well-drilled team. We were talking in the halftime break about how impressive they look, and Peter Blucher, the media liaison man from the Brisbane Bullets, is here, and he said the team that beats Perth will win the league.
If they can beat Perth.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Gold Coast could do it tonight. You never know, but the way they look, as you mentioned, John, the talent they have on the floor and the way they're coached, everything's looking good.
And so Murray Arnold, we've mentioned before, has done such a great job drilling this team in defence. It's one thing to have a great team that can fire from outside and play great offensive basketball, but to have a team that can do that and really put the skids on everybody else out there, the defence is that's a great combination to have. That, of course, is getting close to the perfect combination.
It's Larry Singstock's 7th rebound. He's got 8 points. Oh, what a great shot. Real fall-away jumper from Mitchell. He hasn't had much of an impact in the scoring, but that's 10 points for him. They've struck up the music here at the Roller Dome, and I can tell you it is noisy. Just a tin shed, and it reverberates. Problems for Brian Lester and David Claxton. Grace has 15 points. LaFleur has 14. He's got the ball. Ronnie Radcliffe for three. Bang, straight in.
That's the sort of thing you need to have happen if the Rollers are going to pull themselves back in this game. Ron Radcliffe, one of the men that could suddenly open it up. And Tiny Pinder going for the giant slam that doesn't come off at all. A couple of turnovers like that, you get a couple of three-pointers running for the Rollers, and they can be right back in this game. And as we were saying, Ron Radcliffe is one of the players who can do it. Once he gets that arm hot, a very, very hard man to stop. Here we go.
Perth on the fast break and put the glasses down. Mike Ellis has just 2 points. They're his first points for the game. It's off Hanson's hands, so it's still a Rollers ball. You see by the size of Andrew Goodwin that the Gold Coast certainly have the front line to match Perth in terms of height. A lot of moves being made by Mitchell. What a great bucket. He did everything there, John.
And James Crawford was doing pretty well everything on defence too. He didn't get thrown at all, and Mitchell just got a little bit of a half step on Crawford and was able to get around onto the backboard. But some good defence from James Crawford that just still couldn't stop the shot. Andrew Goodwin being picked up there, reaching for the ball, across the arms.
One thing we haven't seen in this game so far is a James Crawford slam dunk, peculiarly. I wonder when that's going to come.
The Alabama slammer will usually pick one or two up in a game, if not more.
And Andrew Vlahov's been featuring in the Mazda slams in recent weeks. He's out there now. There's the jumper off the glass, and James Crawford's quite happy with that. 21 points for him. Comfortable 12-point cushion for the Wildcats. The defending champions of the NBL. Radcliffe goes to Goodwin. Lovely arc on the shot. Ellis brings it up. Grace. Knocked away. Vlahov's there. Pump fake, and Singstock collects him unintentionally. The two Boomer teammates clashing.
There's quite a clash out there too.
Yeah, with a Mack truck.
This is how you stop a Mack truck. Take his head off. The head gasket, that is.
Larry Senstock also saying that nobody likes picking Vlahov up in Boomer's training. The man is so strong, moves those elbows around so much that he's a dangerous weapon out there, and nobody really likes playing defence on him at all.
Vlahov is shooting 83% from the stripe, and he is averaging about 14.6 points per game.
83% puts him in the top 10 in the league in free throws. Number 10.
Listen, when you realise that, as you were saying, this is the championship team, the Wildcats out there. They won it last year, and in winning it then came back this year and have added Vlahov and Hansen into the side, and they've made a stronger combination. It's a very good standard, Mark, really, to have a look at when people say that this league is improving every year by so much. When you realise, once again, the Rollers start to get into a bit of rhythm. And you realise that the standard of basketball is going up, and the championship team, the two great additions, is still really struggling in some games to just dominate the league. They are way out there in front, but it's getting so much better every year.
Well, look, Rollers keep in rolling in the threes, but they still can't make much impression. That's off Hanson's hand, so it's a Rollers ball. It's a 10-point break. 64 plays 54. Sorry, it's a Perth ball, I should say. Oh, what a shot. Oh, just brushed the backboard as it went in. That was a super shot from Ricky Grace. Mitchell shot off balance.
And the Rollers, I think, just forcing things at the moment. They're not keeping patience, moving the ball around, trying to use up a bit of time and look for a more open shot, just trying to force the points. They're down 13, but there's no need to rush. And if you're going to get back into the game, you're going to do it through defence. So they've really just got to focus on their defence, try and stop a couple of these shots from the Wildcats and get some open opportunities down the end. We watch again as they go inside, and plenty of hand contact in there.
So the Wildcats make it look easy, 67 to 54, just inexorably pulling away from the Rollers. What can the Rollers do? You really do wonder. That's the score as we take a break here from the Roller Dome.
Let's see it getting right into it. Here we go. Hands up. Let's roll.
Welcome back to the Roller Dome. We've just had not the wave but the roll going around the stadium here. Just a little bit of a variation. And these fans aren't beaten yet. Go Rollers go are the signs. Even though it's a 13-point split. Peter Hansen at the line. Hasn't missed yet, as I said before, but I'll put the muckers on him.
Well, he's currently on 13, so maybe that was what did it to him.
Oh, yes, I certainly did a good job there. I wonder when Paul Kuiper's going to score his first point.
Well, that might be the break the Rollers needed to just get things sparking along. Dave Claxton's had a couple of quick words to him, obviously, and said, boys, concentrate on that defence and just a little more patience in your offence.
Ronnie Radcliffe for three. Yes. Well, that's three in about the last 3 minutes. Two from Radcliffe and one from Lafleur. And this, well, they're not coming back that much. They're keeping it down to 10 points.
10 points is just not much of a gap in this game. There's still a quarter and 5 to go. And it's easy, but you've really got to concentrate down this end, the defensive end, which the Rollers are setting up a zone on at the moment. You've got to try and stop some of the inside penetration of the Wildcats, but still get out on their deadly shooters out there. It's not an easy task. This is where it's got to start.
Ricky Grace dishes off to James Crawford. And the points won't count because there was a foul before the basket was made.
30-second clock had expired, so that's what the referees are calling before the shot. You only get 30 seconds once in possession of the ball to shoot it. If the clock expires and you've not yet got a shot off, then you turn the ball over to the opposition, and that's exactly what happened out there.
So really it comes back to that zone that the Rollers are using to try and force more three-point shots from Perth. They've only made 2 tonight, both from Grace. Whilst the Rollers have made 2, 4, 7, 8 three-pointers. It's inside where Perth are doing the damage.
A good pass from Mitchell.
That Piper has scored at last, and Dave Claxton has punched the air with his fist. That's what he wants.
Well, we said one of the keys was for the Rollers to go and get on top of this game was that Kuiper had to start firing. He is a big target and he is so strong. He just needs to take his time and concentrate on that basket, and there's really not too much that's going to stop him, and he proved that then, burying it and getting a chance to pick up the bonus.
Well, I remember, Kevin, your statistics before this match started, you referred to last year's clash, and Kuiper got 25 points last year.
Yeah, he played a boomer. He's been very quiet. He's averaging this year 14.9 points per game. And from the charity stripe, 51%.
Boomer's probably not the word Paul Kuiper would like to use on that, but...
So it's only 7 points the difference now. Still Perth in front.
Full court press from the Rollers. And one thing they've got to watch out here, once Ricky Grace gets that penetration going, watch the weak side. Dave Claxton pointing to it at the moment. Kinder at the moment controlling the baseline, and there he is. He's got the ball now. That's what they've got to be careful of.
Great defense. Larry Singstock keeps the ball in bounds. Kuiper, Radcliffe on the fast break. Radcliffe puts up a three-point attempt. It doesn't go, and it comes back to Crawford. And Dave Claxton almost crying tears of blood after all the energy he put into that.
Once again, watching that weak side, because they will go and draw the zone across, and the player on the weak side's just popping in and getting uncontested shots in there. Larry Senstock tagging James Crawford in that position at the moment. Perth taking their time.
Close. Goes in. Brings it up to 70 to 60. And Close's first points of the game. Get lucky with that one. It went up off the rim and straight through.
This is how momentum can change. If Ronnie Radcliffe had hit that last three-pointer, it would have pulled it back to a 4-point game. The enthusiasm up and the hype can often help the defence.
Larry Senstock driving baseline off the glass, doesn't go in. Ronnie Radcliffe puts up a three-pointer. Yes, it was a three-point attempt, but it wouldn't go.
He might have been a bit lucky then too, because it looked as though he shuffled his feet a little bit.
That's what I thought. Dave Claxton would have to get the award as the most energetic coach in the league. He's jumping and clapping and pointing. He's always hoarse at the end of a game, as there's another three-pointer from outside from close.
And that hurts, just as you've really got a roll going for you and things, as we said, if Ron Radcliffe had hit that three-pointer a couple of shots back, could have been a 4-point game, a couple of three-pointers from Dave Close, then the Perth Wildcats have blown it out to 13 once again.
So that's 4 three-pointers that Perth have got now. They've suddenly come back in that statistic I was talking about, as the foul is spotted underneath the basket.
And see, real power of this Wildcat team is they just have so many weapons to go to, and we're seeing Dave Close really coming out now and opening up the game for the Wildcats. If someone goes cold, they just have players on the bench that they can bring off that can really dominate a game.
Shooting 2.
Mitchell averaging 31.9 points per game. And as we mentioned before, way down this game. He's on 12 at the moment, 13 now.
Just the player, Peter, that's done the damage the last couple of times down. Dave Close, we talk about Shane Heal and Darren Perry at the moment being the heir apparent to Phil Smythe, but I have a lot of time for this guy, Dave Close. He's been brought on very well, and the coaching he'll get from Murray Arnold will help him no end, and I believe he could well be one of the future internationals that will lead Australia from that point position.
I certainly wouldn't sag off him in defence like the Coast have been doing.
Well, that's true, and not only point, off guard as well. But, controls both positions very well.
What a drive from Mitchell. He did that with such purpose. That's what they need, a bit of G&B. (73-61). That was a charge call.
That's what the refs have seen.
On Mitchell. I thought it was a fair score, but I didn't hear the whistle. Crawford, the turnaround jumper. Good defense from Kuiper, forced the turnover. Bad shot. So Senstock kicks it back out to Lafleur. Having a terrific duel with Ricky Grace. Lafleur has 17 points. Grace has 18.
Just watching
one step.
Sorry, Pete. Watching Blahoff's defence out there on the switch play. Kuiper goes in, starts things going. Andrew Blahoff is a very good reader of the defence, and it's a hard thing to watch, but he comes around those screens very well and goes and intimidates the players off the ball.
Rejected by Kuiper. Crawford got him baseline, but he positioned himself superbly. On the fast break, it's Mitchell. His shot is astray.
And the foul's called. Blahoff will pick it up. Paul Kuiper going in strong once again.
Foul called on Andrew Blahoff.
The Rollers are hanging in there tenaciously, even though their shooting isn't as good as it normally is, especially players like Kuiper and Mitchell. They're playing super defence.
Kuiper's on 5 points at the moment. He's averaging 14.9 points per game. But interestingly, in the game against the Bullets a couple of weeks ago, Peter, he did actually come good late in the game, so we might be seeing a late surge from him.
Yeah, I remember him in overtime. He was the one who won the game. He scored 8 of the 13 or 14 points in overtime.
And it seems he's also been working hard from the free throw line too.
He's not a great shooter from there, is he? But he's just made that one, the key one. 73-65.
This Rollers team not giving up. They're continuing to apply the pressure. The Wildcats just can't break the little grab that the Rollers have got on them. Though Dave Close pulls it out once again to 11 points. But every time it looks like the Wildcats just might blow this game right out, the Rollers come back with another surge. They just need that surge to continue a little longer to get it back to either even or even get in front for a bit.
Down to the last 25 seconds of this quarter, and David Close, who's got 3 threes, gets it to Vlahoff, coming through for the slam dunk is Pindar. What a play! And there's a deathly silence here at the Roller Dome. What a beautiful dish. Pindar just ignored the defense.
And that was great court vision from Andrew Vlahoff too. Picked it up and just spun around, was aware that Pindar was coming in, flicked it back. I think one of the disappointments, if there can be a disappointment in Vlahoff being with the Wildcats, it certainly strengthens them, of course, but maybe some of the other teams in the country would be getting a lot more court time. We'd be seeing a lot more of what is one of Australia's greatest players.
He's certainly showing all his skills, isn't he, John? He's big, he's tough, he can play defence, he can score, but he's, as you say, he's got that court vision. He knows when to pass and when to shoot.
Yes, well, I guess you don't lead one of the prestige schools like Stanford over in the US, captain of that side, without knowing something about the game and being able to read it.
Oh, Ronnie Radcliffe. How many times in his career has Ronnie Radcliffe done that? Right on the buzzer with a split second left. He makes a vital three-pointer that brings the score back to 78-67. It's still Perth by 11, but a good comeback by the Rollers as we go to a break from the Roller Dome.
We'd like to remind you that the NBL is here next Saturday, the 29th of June. That's between Gold Coast Rollers and the North Melbourne Giants. A game not to be missed. Tickets are available.
1, 2, 3. Thanks, mate.
Centre or any athletes on the coast. So look early for the best seats. All that ask about Rollers season ticket. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome back on the court the fabulous Jimmers Relax.
The Roller Dome. We're just about to come into the final 12 minutes of this basketball game. It's been the Perth Wildcats right throughout this game, now leading 78-67. The Rollettes are getting the crowd pumped for the final stages. What's the word from the bench, Kim?
Yes, well, Ronnie Radcliffe has been put on the court for a reason, according to Coach Claxton, and he wants the ball given to Ronnie as soon as he's free, every time he's free. He doesn't want the other players taking shots outside. He wants it to go to Ronnie if he's free. And as far as Close goes, he wants Ron Radcliffe to stay right on Close. He's getting too many three-pointers. So Ron's got a big job of him ahead.
Stay close to Close, that's the word. 3 threes he got in that last quarter. Ricky Grace got a couple, and from no threes, they've now got 5, the Wildcats, posing more problems for Dave Claxton and the Gold Coast Rollers.
Well, Dave Claxton's told him to give Ron Radcliffe the ball and let him shoot it, and Dave Close is still out there. This could be a three-point shootout.
Ricky Grace misses. Hanson's there. He's stripped of the ball. Larry Sengstock's remonstrating to say that it's ours, but it's going to go the other way. Murray Arnold doing his little bit of prowling. So for the Gold Coast to come back and win this, it'd be a remarkable effort, but Teams have done it before. Lahop in close, the little hook won't go in. Pinder flips it away straight to Lafleur. Lafleur decides to slow it down. The Perth transition, John's been so good that every time the Coast bring the ball up, they just haven't had any opportunity to make a fast break.
Oh, they're getting back very quickly, very well drilled. In fact, both teams' transition game has been fairly good tonight. But the Wildcats, as you say, their defence, they obviously concentrate on it so much in their training because it's spot on, so well drilled.
3-point play here for Paul Kuiper. Mickey Grace drawing the foul. Grace has 3 fouls. Pinder has 3. Mitchell has 3. And Goodwin has 4.
Kuiper wearing double zeros on 9 points.
He always says that that's the number he wears because that's the minutes he used to get when he played for Perth. He wasn't too happy when he came over here initially. But he loves the life now. Born in Charleville originally, Paul Kuiper. Spent most of his boyhood in the States. Hansen, strong move under the bucket, but doesn't go. Paul Kuiper has the ball like a tennis ball in one hand. Lafleur pops it over the top to Sengstock. Well, there's Radcliffe on the weak side looking for the ball. But Kuiper's going to go for it off the glass, and again he draws the foul, puts in the slam dunk. He's getting pretty pumped up.
As Pinder coming in then and creating the foul, but Paul Kuiper getting very pumped up, as you say. It's a good sign for the Coast. And they want an angry Paul Kuiper out there because when he gets that little bit of fire in his belly, he seems to play that much better.
Well, he belted Derek Rucker last year accidentally and hurt his ankle, which stayed with him for quite a while. And earlier this season, he clashed with Brendan Joyce and sent him flying and ended up with a fractured wrist. He was exonerated, but he can get very aggressive, as you say, when he gets a bit heated.
And his improvement certainly hasn't gone unnoticed either. I was reading in a paper during the week that the Wildcats are quite aware of how well he's been doing for the Gold Coast Rollers.
Those instructions, one of the frustrating things from a coach's point of view, to go and issue some instructions though. And as you said, Ron Radcliffe has been floating around that wing, quite free in fact, looking for that ball. They've said get it to Radcliffe and let him shoot it, but they don't quite seem to be finding the mark at the moment. That would be upsetting Dave Claxton, I think.
He was open then, John. I called it. I remember. Oh, there's a steal made by Lafleur. Oh, and a simple lay-in is missed by Mitchell. Or was it the other way? It was Mitchell who got it and Lafleur missed the shot, I should say. But that was a bad one. Pinder goes inside to Crawford, tries to score off the glass, but the foul is called. Kuiper.
Watch the Wildcats do this quite a bit. Pinder drawing the defence out on him then. It's the man floating around on the baseline that becomes so dangerous to these teams, and Perth use them very well. Once the defence floats out on those shooters, it opens them right up, and they're able to pick up a lot less contested shots inside, and as we see here, not only that, often pick up fouls as well.
Works well as the steal made by Mitchell. Mitchell going straight to the basket over Blahoff. He doesn't slam dunk it as he loves to do because of Blahoff. He scored, and that one has brought them back to just 5 points down. Paul Piper exhorting the crowd to start make noise. That's interesting to see. Timeout call. Last time we were here for the Bullets Rollers game, John, it was an absolute cacophony. You couldn't hear yourself. Let's have a look at that last play.
Now Mitchell here doing a very good job on Blahoff. Drives him across the bucket, then slips back to the left-hand side.
By the way, they've got 29 boards to 23 by the Gold Coast. Paul Piper, who we mentioned had no points at half-time, has now got 10 points and 9 rebounds. Piper is the key. As we said at three-quarter time, I think that he had to start producing, and he has, John.
It was said at the beginning of the game, Piper must fire for them to be in here, and he started to really go and get fired up, literally at the moment, and it's really made a difference.
There's the full-court press that worked so well for the Rollers a few moments ago.
Staying in that zone. They're extending it right out. They know the danger's out there. Ricky Grace, David Close not there at the moment.
Blahoff, again, unselfish, out to Grace, 3 points, thank you very much. Or was it 2 points, just had a foot on the line. 83-75.
3 points.
Oh, it was 3. I was right the first time.
An 8-point break, back once again to the Wildcats. Ron Radler floating around outside there. There's his chance, and he's hit it.
Well, they told the team, Dave Claxton, to get the ball weak side to Ronnie Radcliffe, and they did it, and he scored. Can he do it again? 5-point game. Now, Claxton's pointing to the weak side. Close in on the weak side.
Yeah,
Don't let him get open.
What's that baseline, man? Pinder cutting across there at the moment. That's where they heard him, and there's Blahoff. Ball not able to get to Blahoff. Cut off then. That's good defense. The Rollers on a roll.
Lafleur, turnaround jumper. Sengstock can't score, and it's come down to Blahoff, the strong man. But that was just what Coach Claxton was calling for. Coast playing on emotion at the moment. Grace pumps up the 3. Weak side rebound taken by Mitchell, and he gets a foul for hanging onto the back of James Crawford.
No, I don't think that was a good call then. Don't forget to see it. Billy Milton calling that Mitchell pushed him off the ball. We have a watch. Both players here seem to be going up for the ball. Mitchell on the outside. You can just see his shoulders coming in there. And not good vision, but James Crawford seemed to be Pinder going in for the ball, and Mitchell just held his ground. Unfortunately got pinned for it.
83-78. Crawford, the jumper is good. 85-78. And everyone like another knife in the back for Claxton, the emotion on his face. 7 minutes to go. Top of the key, Mike Mitchell. Crawford doing a good job on him. Mitchell turn around, rejected by Crawford. Sengstock gets the rebound. There's heaps of pressure, but he somehow scores. Triple Olympian, 4 times World Championship representative. And Larry Sengstock knows how to move in the paint.
And Larry Sengstock doing a big job on the boards. 9 rebounds tonight. He's one of the leading rebounders for the in fact, the leading rebounder for the Rollers, averaging 9 a game, and he's right up there on average at the moment.
85-80. Hansen.
Plenty of time in this game, but going to be a hard-fought 5 minutes, and the one advantage the Rollers might have is that after the Sydney game last night, this Wildcat team might just be starting to feel a little bit leg-weary.
Oh, shot from Ricky Grace. Turnaround jumper for 2 that takes him up to 23 points for the game. The Perth bench getting a bit excited now. They can feel this pressure, although they've always led right from the word go. Only once the score has been level at 32 each. Singstock won't go in. Blahoff the rebound. Hansen's free. Singstock gets back and draws the foul, but it's probably a good foul.
That might well be Larry's 6th foul.
Larry Singstock, that's his 5th.
Well, it was pretty good play by Singstock. You'll recall he made the unsuccessful shot and he got back in transition. He's having a pretty useful game. 87 points to 80. Let's have a look at the last foul from Singstock.
Yeah, and Larry really doing what he had to do out there. Hansen with an uncontested basket. Larry trying to go and get to the block, but he knew that he wasn't going to allow Hansen the easy basket. If Hansen was going to score the points, let him do it the hard way from the free throw line one at a time. So a close game like this, you just can't afford to let them have the easy buckets.
What would your tactics be, John, now if you were Dave Claxton?
Well, they've really been doing what they have to do. They've pulled themselves back so close. Just this Wildcat team really with so much talent out there, such good defensive patterns, they just get to frustrate other teams right out of the game. But every time the Coast get a bit of momentum and roll on, they'll find a good play get broken down from good defense from the Wildcats. But they've just got to keep on going at it. Give Ron Radliff the shots when he's there, because he can do them 3 points at a time. And down this end, it's worked like crazy on that defense.
Well, the guns for the Wildcats have been Crawford, who's got 25 points, and Grayson 23. Hansen's got 13 and Pinder 12. Whereas for the Rollers, the points are spread around a bit. LaFleur's got 20. There's Mitchell on 15. Radliff's got 11. Piper and Singstock have got 10 apiece. Bailey has 9.
And for the Wildcats in offense, this danger for them is these guys floating low on the baseline. They go so low, they actually set up behind the backboard. And as the zone gets drawn out towards the shooters and starts to spread out as they move the ball around, they'll wait until the penetration starts from somebody outside. The zone goes across to try and cover it, and they sneak in from the weak side. Very good ploy, playing these 2 guys just floating down low, and they've been very dangerous.
That's Hansen's 14.
Just go back to that ploy we were talking about it, Peter, to the other advantage, and it's obviously a Coach Murray Arnold trick, is with the players starting so low behind the backboard, it makes it very hard to block them out, and they actually run in and back out with their backs away from the basket into the defense. It gives them very good position for rebounding.
5 minutes 31 to go in the game. 8 points in it, and Grace has stripped Mitchell. LaFleur gets it back, but loses it over the out of bounds. And so it's a Perth ball once again. Blahoff, by gee, he's impressed in this game. When you see him in the flesh, he looks so big and strong, even better than he does on television. Grace decides to take on LaFleur, dishes off to Hansen. Blahoff making the most of a poor shot, but it doesn't go in. Singstock.
Pressure on the offense from the Rollers now. They've got to convert this one.
There's no easy shots when you play against Perth.
No, and they're taking the time. The Rollers have penetrated around the keyway.
2 seconds left.
Not there.
Pressure was on Singstock. There's Mike Wendon, and he's not a happy man at the moment. Just a reminder, it's International Olympic Day tomorrow, or today if you're watching this replay after midnight, Sunday. And there's a fun run on if you're in Queensland. 7:45 at Davies Park, West End, with all the proceeds going to the Olympic Fund. Barcelona, 1992. Once again, Blahoff misses, and once again it's Singstock in the rebound.
think Vlahoff having a look at the referees there to say, yeah, hey, I'm a big guy. What are you going to let him push me around there and call nothing just because I'm big? Because a little bit frustrated last couple of times down the court. He felt he's had contact. It's not been called.
Mitchell. That's his second bomb of the night. Brings the margin back to 5 points. Crawford's on Kuiper down baseline here, and I feel Crawford thinks he has the quicks for Kuiper. But he didn't get the ball, and Kuiper got the rebound, and how he loved it. LaFleur, Mitchell, back to LaFleur. Driving his way through. Flash of bodies. Who comes up with it but Vlahoff? 3 minutes to go.
12 rebounds so far to Vlahoff. Little wonder we've been used to seeing him come up with the ball. They've been big ones too.
That's got to be a foul on LaFleur. Just a little too close.
I think the Rollers have got to extend their defense, but not quite that far.
He's all over him.
I think that's a frustrating thing at the moment for the Rollers. They're just getting so close. They can see that lead, but they just can't bridge the gap. The Wildcats are playing with patience, not rushing anyone.
Ricky Graves, yes. He's so hard to stop when he drives into the key. 90 to 83. 2.5 minutes to go. Perth looking good for taking the #1 spot in the NBL League.
Or consolidating the #1 spot.
Yeah, that's true. Of course they are after last night's game against Sydney.
This will be a very good team that comes up to challenge them for the championship this year. As we said, the team that won last year was a strong team, and they're that much stronger with Vlahoff and Hansen inside again this year. And it's a close and very tough league. But boy, we've got a great team out there in the Wildcats. It's going to really be hard push to beat. There wouldn't be a lay down Mazaire maybe, but odds-on favourite.
Still aren't getting that ball to Ron Radley.
No, I think we've got to start doing that. They're running out of time. 5-point split still. 90 to 85. Mitchell has 20 points. There's the zone again. Vlahoff decides to drive and dishes off to Hansen. It was all ball, the referee said. So that's good work. Great defense from the Rollers. Oh, but Mitchell's lost it, has he? No, it's a Gold Coast ball.
There's saying he came off Ricky Grace. I think it's out of bounds. So the Rollers get another chance.
This game ain't over yet. 1:56 to go. LaFleur, double team. Pops it away to Sengstock. Back out to Andre LaFleur. Kuiper, he shouldn't shoot from out there, but he does, and he makes it. 3 points the difference, 90 to 87, 1:35 to go. Half-court press. Extended zone, pushing up, pressuring the passes. 1:23 to go. They need a turnover. A rebound. Kuiper. They're going berserk. They're standing all around this stadium. Or they're starting to. Still a minute to go.
Yes, and I think they'd be patrolling around looking for that three-pointer if they get the chance here. Ron Radley, the man that's been sent out as a designated shooter.
10 seconds left on the shot clock. Mitchell. That won't go in. And who gets the rebound? But little Ricky Grace. He soared.
I didn't see that foul there, but one-on-one call. Instead of Ron Radley went for the ball, got the hands, so they'll go down the other end. It's not a bad call maybe for the Gold Coast Rollers though, because if they miss the first opportunity here, of course they get the ball back. 50 seconds on the clock and just a 3-point gap.
That was an amazing rebound. Let's have a look at a replay here and have a look at Ricky Grace. He goes up incredibly high. Just watch for that could have been a reaching in foul from Bradley. To Ricky Grace, perhaps.
Well, if there was contact there, it wasn't a whole lot. We had a player going and or a spectator obliterating the view, really. But as you said, it's probably not a bad thing for the Rollers anyway. They've got the clock stopped and a chance maybe to pick up at least the front end of that one-on-one if they can and go back down with 3-point gap to 50 seconds. They've got plenty of time.
How about Paul Kuiper making that shot? I mean, the guy can't make a single basket in the first half. Now he's making them from about 15 feet.
Yes, once again, now they've got an inside-outside target. If Bradley is going to be the outside shooter, they know they've got a second opportunity inside if the defense comes out on him into Kuiper. With the three-point gap, though, I think they've started looking around now for that three-point shot. And the Coast have both Lafleur and Bradley outside. So they can spread either side of the keyway and make the Perth defense spread very thin.
Yeah, it'll be Ricky Grace who'll go to the line when we come back after this timeout. It's a 1-and-1 if they're in the bonus. So if he makes the first, he'll get another shot.
It's one of these things when you're trying to go and run down or stop the clock rather in this last part of the game when you've got a team like the Wildcats. Really not too many weak free throw shooters out there to go and pick the foul. So you normally have the ball in the hands of the carrier. With Ricky Grace, he's a very good foul shooter.
Exactly. He's shooting 81%. He's not the sort of person you want to foul.
And you wouldn't mind backing him from the line, would you?
He's also second in the NBL's assists too.
Well,
Ricky Grace on 26, I should say. He's averaging 20.8, Peter.
And that's what you look for, of course. He missed one there, just a 4-point gap now. Coast will look to at least hit this basket. They must convert this basket and then put defensive pressure on.
35 seconds to go. Lafleur, Radliff for 3. Lafleur for 2. Yes. 26 seconds to go. Now the Wildcats will just take their time.
They don't have to shoot the ball, the Wildcats. They just have to keep the game going. And the clock's being stopped. They'll come back down for the one-and-one. But the Wildcats know that really they don't have to shoot it if they could go and just keep the ball moving around. The clock will run down. They're 1 by 2.
You've got to give credit to the Rollers to bring this game down to a last basket game after trailing by as much as 13 or 14.
It almost seems like the impossible dream, though, Peter. They got so close, they seem to bridge the gap and get a roll, and then the Wildcats just throw it up another gear and take off again.
Ricky Grace, ice cool.
Okay, if he misses this, and they get the rebound, they'll play for the three-point shot. 17 seconds left on the clock.
He doesn't miss it. That's 93 to 89, a 4-point game with 17 seconds to play.
Well, they need the quick three-pointer now, or the quick two. They need a quick basket and a chance to get the ball back, and that's what Lafleur's gone for.
And who should get the rebound but Vlahoff? What a game he's had. And Dave Claxton, I think, was looking to the heavens thinking that was my last throw of the dice.
Rebound number 13 for Andrew Vlahoff.
Brains trust of the Wildcats, thinking, well, it's been a pretty good weekend for us. Beating Sydney last night. With 8 seconds to go, they lead by 4, 93 to 89. And Andrew Vlahoff go to the line.
And Andrew Vlahoff isn't the sort of person you want to foul either. He's shooting 83%. In fact, he's 10th in the NBL's free throw percentage. So between Grace and Vlahoff, they've picked the two best three-point shooters in the team.
Of course, they're the guys that are normally going to end up on the ball, so you've got to foul a man with the ball. Vlahoff taking so many of the rebounds. If you foul him first out, you're going to go and send him to the line. If he gets the outlet, it's usually going to go to Grace to bring the ball up the court. So you don't have a real good 1-2 combination there.
Just look at some of the leading scorers. Crawford has had a terrific game tonight, as has Grace. Crawford has 25, Grace has 28 points. And for the Coast, Mike Mitchell, carrying an injured knee, has 20 points. Paul Kuiper has 12 rebounds and 12 points. And Larry Sexton, 10 points and 12 rebounds. and Andre Lafleur has 22 points. But the thing that's impressing about the Gold Coast is their never-say-die attitude to the game and their defence. They've played remarkably well.
Yes, actually heard a comment from Bob Turner, coach of the Sydney Kings, Peter, and he said, now we have a yardstick to know what it takes to win this championship. Playing Perth last night and losing by about 11, 12 points, he says we know we've got to go up another notch if we want to compete. And I think the same probably for the Rollers here. They'll know what it's going to take if they want to end up in that playoff for the championships. This is the team that set the pace and will set the pace for the rest of the season. And if they're going to win it, they're going to have to figure ways of beating this team. So a very good game for them to measure their strengths and weaknesses against the yardstick team.
Andrew Blahoff, I think, significantly on the line because he's been an outstanding player tonight. 8 seconds to go. It's 95-89. Eric Bailey for 3, off the ring. Andre Lafleur for 3, off the ring. There it is. It's all over. 95 points to 89, and the Perth Wildcats are the undisputed leaders of the NBL. They're 10-3, and they've beaten the Rollers convincingly, having led from the first tip-off. We'll take a break and come back with a summary in just a moment.
What a great game, yeah.
I didn't write down one basket in the last quarter.
I can't believe that shot where Grace jumped up right above the heads of just about everybody else.
Oh yeah,
I thought it must have been Crawford.
Right, Larry Silverstock had 10 points. Ronnie Bradley had 11. Andrew Goodwin had 5. Eric Bailey 9. Mike Mitchell with 20. Paul Kite with 12 and Andre Lafleur 22 points. Don't forget KA's nightclub is in Surf's Paradise. That's where it's all going to be happening at tonight's game. I'm sure you can run into some of our wonders there. So don't forget KA's nightclub in Surf's Paradise. We'd like to thank you all for coming. Come and support us next week. It's going to be a great game against the North Melbourne Giants. Until then, have a safe journey home. Thank you.
Perth Wildcats are the undisputed leaders of the NBL. They're he just hasn't got the cans on. Hang on. Sorry, we just got to do a summary. That's the Won't be a sec. Okay, mate, we're both listening. Right, mate. Yep. Yeah, I've got that. Perth versus Adelaide, yeah. All right, mate. Are the stats on the screen for me, or will I just take them off my computer? Oh, there they are. Yeah, beauty, I'll read them off there. Okay, thanks, mate. So the Perth Wildcats never headed in this game. They're now 10-3 undisputed leaders of the league. And really it was a fine all-round performance from a team that shows very little weakness. Looking at the final statistics, Grace had 28 points, Crawford 25, Hanson 14, and for the Rollers, Lafleur 22, Mitchell 20, and Piper 12. And John, they showed just what a force they are. A team that beats them will have to be one of the contenders for the title.
They're living up to their reputation. They go very deep on the bench, and they've got guys like Lahok came in, I thought, have played a great second half, 13 rebounds. James Crawford, a brilliant first half. For the Rollers.